When I walk into any space that I'm designing, I don't focus on what's there. I focus on the potential of the space. I'll look at the usable light in those spaces. There's always potential.
We respond to every single inquiry we get, whether it's an email or WhatsApp. We follow up directly with a personal phone call. During this initial conversation, we clearly outline our process, timelines, and that ensures a smooth transition into a studio face-to-face meeting. Every step we do is crafted with care. The focus really isn't about how quickly we can react. It's about getting the right information that allows us to have a good concrete discussion in the studio. Our process is the same for any inquiry we receive. We aim to have a client in the studio within 5 to 7 days from initial contact. We get on the phone straight away and have a discovery call, make sure we've understood the exact scope, determine timelines, and very clear on our process. We also then follow up with a site visit with our project team and designers, and that really ensures that when we have the studio meeting, we've got all information to have a really productive and smooth discussion.
For this project in Novelia, the main challenge for me, except all the other extensions which we did, it was a significant extension, was the wine cellar, which we had to excavate 3 meters down from the original ground level of the villa, which is more challenging as it's not common to have wine cellars in Dubai nowadays. But we had expert teams, so we just followed the structural drawings and executed on site.
The load and non-load bearing walls, beams, and columns. These are crucial because knowing this early helps me design smarter spaces, smarter layouts right away. Knowing what's possible, what needs to stay, what needs to be demolished, what would be costly, and it saves the client time, money, and surprises later on.
And before we start any drawings, we always begin by discussing the project brief as a team. This includes clearly understanding what the client wants, their goals, their lifestyles, preferences, and any specific requirements they mentioned. This discussion ensures that everyone on the team is aligned before we move forward with drawings, making the design process more smoother, faster, and more consistent.
On all initial site walkthrough with a client, we will look at the space as a whole. I'll look for all opportunities in terms of structural where we can extend, if there are walls that we can potentially open up, be it doors or we need a picture window to bring in natural light. Also pay attention to ceiling heights. It is so important on those initial walkthroughs because it will all come down to the flow and the design of the villa. Having samples in-house, be it tiles, sanitary ware or custom joinery, really helps elevate the whole design process. It allows clients to see firsthand material, they can see it, touch it, gives them a lot of confidence and speeds up the whole process. The direction from day one is very clear and it gives us our starting ground to move forward with the design. 2D sign-off is absolutely essential. Those drawings are our team's holy grail. Nothing can move into production or on site without them. They are the blueprints to drive our schedule, our timelines, and every single technical detail on this project. My role is always to communicate very clearly what the client, the 2D, 3D team need for the on-site team. It all starts with approved drawings, and we will not go into production without anything.
So planning is the most basic thing that we do on a project before the start of work. The first thing I need for that is a basic approved drawing from the client side itself, because that's the key that I use to prepare my schedule of work, so that ensuring it's the execution is done smoothly. Once we receive the approvals from the client, then only we can schedule what we can do on site. That's the first thing that we need to plan and execute any basic stuff on site. So for any projects to be run smoothly, what we need is proper manpower, our material resources, which in turn is the key for the project.
We provide our step-by-step process to make sure the client knows our approval process and timeline from both developer and authority approving department. And we always add the client on the loop in the current process of their application. Our expertise makes our approvals fast and predictable by knowing regulations, standard, and also client expectations. This will reduce our rework and questions from the reviewers.
Site mobilization priority for us, because it's not just about protecting the site and the incoming visitors, it's also to keep the health and safety of the workers as well. So before we start the site, the health and safety of our working class laborers are more important for us. It includes site protection and giving a toolbox talk to the workers so that they are well aware of what they are going to do on site. For us, drawings up on the wall and same thing, a schedule of work up on the wall is the most important key, so that all, including workers, supervisors, foremen, project engineers, and even the client is up to date on what they are gonna receive on the final stages. So by buying the best quality items from the market, we can ensure that it has a long lifespan and less maintenance in the future. So during site mobilization time, I have my engineers and my supervisors on site marking out as per scope so that no mistakes are done after that. So during the process of execution, we usually have a weekly meetings on site with the guys so that we ensure, like, we check the NEP works, we check our tiling works, we pre-check, like we get a clearance from the MEP team so that everything is good to go.
On the Novelia project, our team have worked with me for many, many years, so they understand my level of detail. So the whole process of handing over every single item of joinery, it was very heavy on joinery on that project. So we had a lot of custom joinery paneling throughout. So I would say Arjun took a lot of care, detail and attention on every single item that was going in, which really does limit the snag process throughout a project.
Even though we have a lot of snagging process and quality checks from different sections, like even from starting from junior level, supervisors, like from me, project manager, there is a lot of things that we still need to improve, but which, like, Kaylee has a good eye for detailing.
On any project, there can be issues that arise. So the luxury of having one fit out, having local joinery, means if there are any issues, it's removed, it's sent back to our factory and then reinstalled. Watching the project go from a concept to completion, for me, is just amazing. And I have a great team that when I do walk into these projects at handover, they really do make sure it's a special day where everyone gets a pat on the back. It's incredible.
So for us, like, we see when, like, the clients are happy, for me, it's the best thing to have. Like, for workers, seeing them, they have, like, worked hard for, like, months and they finally see the final products, they're happy faces. So
yeah.
So for a client, having a peace of mind, we always give them a completion certificate and, like, always get it checked from local authority and the developer so that they have a peace of mind. Basically, that's it.
Yeah, I guess for us as the main contractor, it is you hand over that villa, but there is always a level of, okay, what if? We give a guarantee, a warranty on our work, on any of our joinery, on any of our installations. And from a extension approval, any local authority approvals, you always receive a completion certificate, and that comes and that's handed over. We have a handover pack, so all their documentation, everything from kitchen appliances to sanitary ware to flooring finishes to what color they used on a wall. Everything is documented and detailed in a handover pack on a USB, which is handed over to the client, so they can always reference anything that is installed on the project. When I create a home, it is to make sure this space is a reflection of them. So I want them to feel that they're walking into their vision, their home. It's a space where they can visualize. I think the kitchen for me is always the best part of a handover. It's that wow factor. Clients can visualize themselves in there. So I love being there for that stage, watching them walk in and say, yeah, this is now our new home. It's all real.